Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts and prepare for a thrilling revelation from the world of Formula One. You're not going to believe the twists and turns we're about to reveal. Are you familiar with Dr. Helmut Marko? A man of grit, a man of determination. He's the consultant for Red Bull Racing. And let me tell you, he's no stranger to the high-octane drama that is Formula One. Now let's dive headfirst into the crux of today's tale. Have you ever been nudged by a nagging feeling that all is not as it seems in the world of F1? Well, you're not alone. Dr. Marko has recently stirred the pot, unmasking what he believes to be a veil of corruption, and guess who's at the heart of it? Mercedes, one of the titans of the track, and the FIA, the very body governing our beloved sport. Yes, you heard that right. Marko claims that Mercedes has been pulling some strings behind the scenes, influencing the FIA and altering the competitive landscape. So what exactly are these so-called manipulative tricks that Dr. Marko is accusing Mercedes of? What's the secret weapon they're supposedly using to pull the strings? It's all about the drag reduction system, my friends. Think of DRS as a magic switch that an F1 driver can flip to get an instant boost in speed. When a driver activates DRS, it opens a slot in the car's rear wing, reducing drag and letting the car surge forward like a rocket. It's a game changer, a difference maker, a winning move in the right hands. And according to Dr. Marko, it's the center of Mercedes' underhanded tactics. Marko asserts that Mercedes has been using their influence over the FIA to tinker with the DRS. How, you ask? By shortening the DRS zones, the stretches of track where drivers can activate their DRS. Why would they do that? Well, picture this. You're a sprinter with a fantastic kick, an explosive burst of speed that leaves your rivals in the dust. But just as you're ready to unleash that kick, the finish line is moved closer, nullifying your advantage. Frustrating, isn't it? That's precisely what Marko claims Mercedes has done to Red Bull. By pushing for shorter DRS zones, they've effectively clipped Red Bull's wings, nullifying the advantage that Red Bull has built with its superior DRS technology. Just imagine the audacity of it. A titan of the track, Mercedes, seemingly using its influence to twist the rules in its favor. But is there any truth to these accusations? Stick around as we delve deeper into the high-stakes game of power and persuasion. Now, it's time to turn the spotlight onto Mercedes. How do they react to the bombshell dropped by Dr. Marko? Well, the Silver Arrows found themselves, like the rest of us, taken aback by these revelations of a supposed DRS advantage held by Red Bull. Let's not forget, we're talking about a team that has always prided itself on fair play and competition. Team principal Toto Wolff, a man renowned for his strategic acumen, was notably perplexed by the straight-line speed of the Red Bull cars. He stated it was difficult to understand, a sentiment that echoed through the corridors of the Mercedes camp. And he wasn't alone in his surprise. The seven-time world champion Lewis Hamilton was equally astonished, describing Red Bull's speed as something else. But while their words hinted at concern, neither Wolff nor Hamilton pointed fingers at Red Bull. Now let's switch lanes and talk about the FIA, the organization with the final word on all things Formula One. How have they reacted in this whirlwind of accusations? Well, the FIA has indeed been busy adjusting the DRS zones in recent races. Some were shortened, just as Dr. Marko pointed out. However, they assert that these changes were not a nod to any team, but a measure taken in the interest of safety and to encourage closer, more exciting racing. But what impact have these adjustments had on the track? Well, it's a tangled web. Shortening the DRS zones undeniably shakes up the race dynamics, potentially making overtaking more challenging and shifting the power balance between the teams. However, Formula One is a sport of countless variables, from the weather to the driver's form, the car's setup, and much more. So attributing a team's success or failure to a single change is akin to finding a needle in a haystack. However, the controversy has accelerated, adding a thrilling twist to an already exhilarating sport. And it leaves us with more questions than answers. Is there any weight to Dr. Marko's allegations? How does the FIA's explanation sit with you? And what lies ahead for Formula One as the saga between Red Bull and Mercedes continues to rev up? But folks, let's not forget a crucial group of stakeholders here, the drivers themselves. The fearless individuals behind the wheel. What's their take on this whole DRS controversy? Let's take a pit stop and explore their perspective. First up, we have Lando Norris, the McLaren star who's quickly becoming a household name. Norris expressed his surprise over the FIA's decision to shorten the DRS zones. Despite evidence that these changes might make races more challenging, Norris questioned the rationale behind the move, leaving many to wonder if he shared the concerns raised by Dr. Marko. And Norris isn't alone. Many drivers have raised an eyebrow at these DRS changes. You see, they're the ones feeling the direct impact, grappling with these alterations as they navigate the asphalt at blistering speeds. And their concerns aren't falling on deaf ears. Now here's a development that might pique your interest. An FIA meeting with the drivers is on the horizon, with the DRS issue expected to take center stage. That's right, a chance for the drivers to voice their concerns, to discuss, debate, and delve into this DRS saga. Will this meeting shed more light on the situation? Will the drivers echo Marko's accusations, or will they support the FIA's stance? Or better yet, will they bring a fresh perspective that could help untangle this web of intrigue? One thing's for sure, folks, this FIA meeting promises to add another layer to this unfolding narrative. Now let's shift gears and talk about the performance on the track. Amidst all this controversy and chaos, Red Bull has been ruling the roost, seemingly unscathed by the DRS changes. How's that for a plot twist? Red Bull's recent dominance has been nothing short of impressive. They've been lapping up victories, leaving their rivals trailing in their wake. Even with the DRS zones trimmed, they've managed to stay in the fast lane. It's as if they found a way to thrive amidst the turbulence, a testament to their grit and resilience. On the other side of the spectrum, we have Mercedes, the team that once reigned supreme. The Silver Arrows, once the symbol of invincibility, have seen a drop in their performance over the last 2 years. A flop, as Marko has labeled it, and that sent shockwaves through the F1 fraternity. Red Bull team principal Christian Horner also couldn't resist a cheeky comment amidst the tumult. "Where are the others?" he quipped, a playful jab at Mercedes' struggle to keep up with Red Bull's blistering pace. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the F1 landscape is shifting. The Red Bull juggernaut is charging ahead while Mercedes is grappling with a slump. Amidst all the uproar over DRS changes and allegations of underhand tactics, the track is telling its own tale. So there you have it, folks. We've revved through the twists and turns of this fast-paced saga. From Dr. Marko's explosive accusations against Mercedes and the FIA, the shockwaves they sent through the paddock, the driver's take on the DRS changes, to the contrasting fortunes of Red Bull and Mercedes on the track. But remember, in the end, it's up to you to form your own opinions. Is there merit to Marko's allegations? Or is this just part of the high-stakes game that is Formula One? One thing is certain, though, fair competition is the heart and soul of Formula One. It's the lifeblood that keeps the adrenaline pumping, the engines roaring, and millions of us glued to our screens race after race. As we navigate these curves and controversies, let's not forget the essence of this sport we love. May the spirit of fair play always triumph over tactics and politics. That, after all, is what true champions are made of. Stay tuned, folks. The race is on, and the story is far from over. Let's see where this thrilling journey takes us next.